Welcome to the newest edition of the DFO podcast. What we're going to be doing in these collective episodes over the next 50 weeks is jumping through every state and what they offer. And we'll probably stick closer to deer hunting. We'll go over a little bit of the other seasons in some of them. The order I'm going to be doing it in is the order they joined the union instead of alphabetical order or anything. I like to do things just different, so that's where I'm going to be going. So this will be the inaugural episode of it. It'll run for the next 50 weeks. They will come out on Thursdays. So each one will be titled basically what state they're in. So some of the things we're going to go over in each and every episode is when they joined the union. Obviously, it'll be in the order of when they did by the date. What they offer when it comes to public land hunting, how much property they have, if it's an over-the-counter, if it's a draw, their deer density, if we can locate it in the different states, just what their license costs, just different things I want to try and go over with every state, because as I'm learning, I want to try to educate other people, because I'm learning this as I do the research for each one. If you know more about what I'm doing than I'm doing on those states, and reach out and let us know the things are correct in them, because I'm finding everything I can. Some of the stuff can be a little bit confusing, so we're going to go from there. And that's how this is going to work over the next 50 weeks. Hope y'all enjoy it. I've researched several of them so far, and I enjoyed myself trying to learn more about each state. Thanks. Delta Lodge Outdoors. This is your view of every state from more like a 30,000 viewpoint. Welcome to DFO States Edition. Today's episode, we're going to talk about North Carolina. If you're in a little noise background, I apologize. Trying to move my chair around. North Carolina is a non-resident. Not bad. Your tags, it says annual license is $119. You can get a non-resident big game license specifically required to hunt big game, including deer. It says it's $119 is what I'm seeing. That's also the annual plus $119 for the state license plus $119 for the special, so $238. You can buy a 10-day for $190, so you might as well get the full license. If you plan to hunt on designated game land, certain ones require a $19 fee. I'd look at those and see. A couple regions, the seasons vary by region. Bow season starts as early as September the 7th. And after that, I see some late Septembers and early Octobers. So you can look at North Carolina, varies by region, hunting method for the 24-25 season. The general start dates are follows. Archery season begins September 7th. Black powder, muzzleloader, September 28th. Gun begins October 12th. Specific dates and durations differ across the state's regions, and also depending on, the year, it'd be a day or so different. That was the 24-25. Their bag limit was pretty basic, 6-year total per person, whether you're resident or non-resident. 2 antlered and 4 antlerless is your backs for either. So 4 does, 2 bucks. Hunters in some areas may be able to harvest additional antlerless deer through special permits. Some game lambs may have different bag limits. So if you're hunting public land, which is usually what we do, pay attention to that area, because it's going to run if you're familiar with public land, they set up different on how they run their seasons. So be specific to the one that you're hunting. So I would suggest checking that and making sure I had all that, my ducks in a row on that. What I also like about it, they have, if I can get the dang computer to work for me. Here we go. Approximately 4.5 million acres of public land. So that's a lot of public land to hunt. And that, like I said, this is North Carolina. They've got some decent deer there. Sorry, I'm typing something in. I'm also getting everything packed up tonight. This is going to come out tomorrow, actually. I'm starting to pack everything up here in South Carolina. San Antonio, because I've got to go to Louisiana for a couple weeks. North Carolina's produced several notable Boone and Crockett record book deer. One of the most recent was Gary Malone's. He killed a non-typical that scored 200 in 2021 that scored 218 and 6/8. So not bad. Additional, the Dixie Classic maintains records for notable North Carolina deer. Certain counties I'd look into produce better deer. I'm not even going to try to. Alamance County produces some better ones. So you can look at that and figure out a few things with certain ideas of where to hunt and how to hunt. Like I said, they produce a decent amount of good deer. They're pretty decent on their dates. I like their early start. Like I said, I like the September start because it's a little cooler up there at that time than it is in, South Louisiana where I usually hunt or anything. So I prefer to hit some of the out-of-state ones. And they do also have a bear. You can get bear tags. Season dates are October 14th is where it starts, and it varies per county and management zone. So you'd have to look into that. And if you could hunt it as a non-resident, let me see if I can type that in real quick. I always have a basic of what I want to do on these things. Then as I start recording, I want to add to them, so I apologize for that. To hunt bear in North Carolina as a non-resident, you'd need several specific license and stamps. So you can. It's a lot, and it depends on what area you're in, what it costs. So anywhere from what I'm seeing is $319 up to $488 basically, depending on location. This is something crazy down here in fine print. The non-resident bear hunting license fee is waived for residents of Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia due to reciprocal agreements. So if you live in Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, or Virginia, you can hunt black bear for free in North Carolina, the way it describes it. So I would really check into that if I was, in one of those states and wanted to hunt black bear and one of the others. So the gist of it is 4.2 million land acres, 6 deer season, 4 does, 2 bucks, 4 antlers, 2 antler, $238 a year for non-resident tags, 4.5 million acres. Starts archery as early as September the 17th. It's got a couple different zones. I would check into that. I would also check my public lands that I was going to hunt and see when their start dates are. But overall, not a bad state, decent on the list. Like I said, I'm going to go through and hit a top 10 of the ones I would specifically hunt once I'm done with the list. I don't think that North Carolina would be a top 10 for me. It just doesn't feel good right now. So that's our next one. Like I said, that's going to come out, and we'll I'm forgetting the most important thing, what I usually start them with. I do apologize, everybody. North Carolina became a state November 21st, 1789. It was actually settled in 1660. So, in your next state will be Rhode Island. Then we get into Vermont. Then we hit some pretty good ones, 15 through 25, or Kentucky, Tennessee, Ohio, Louisiana, Indiana, Mississippi, Illinois, Alabama, Maine, Missouri, and Arkansas. And so we're going to be hitting some good states here, and some more that would definitely be top 10 for a lot of people. And like I said, I'll put my top 10 list together after the fact. I've got a few in mind already that I like. So we'll go from there. Thank y'all, and see y'all Tuesday for the regular DFO podcast, then next week for Rhode Island. Thank y'all. Julius Craig, Delta Lodge Outdoors.